So this is on Snoops.com. Did Spain decriminalize? It sounds like you're decriminalizing minor offenses, quote unquote, for more serious offenses.
Ruslan.
This story is wild. Apparently, the rumors are that Spain decriminalized bestiality? Huh? Okay. This is what was all over the news, and I didn't really know what to think of it. Sounds pretty wild. When I searched to try to fact check it, I ended up on a Snoops article. Now, you know, Snoops, not that they're always accurate, will try to have a consensus on it, and they didn't. Snoops was like, This is crazy talk. Okay, so this is on Snoops.com. Did Spain decriminalize bestiality? So let's read it. Okay, February 9th, the lower house of the Spanish Congress passed a bill amending a portion of that nation's criminal code regarding animal animal. You guys get it. Several dominantly right-wing news outlets and politicians were pushing a claim that this changed in code decriminalizing bestiality. So this is them sharing the post-millennial here. Proponents of this legislation say this is absurd mischaracterization of a law. In reality, extends protections to more animals more aggressively. Okay, that's the other side of the argument. Opponents argue that the new language of the law potentially downgrades the severity of crimes that could theoretically include bestiality. Here, Snoops examines the controversy. While the bill must pass through the Senate before it becomes law, so it's not official yet, it has to go through law. If enacted, it changes a portion of the Spanish criminal code dealing with animal abuse that was updated in 2015. The relevant section mandated a prison sentence for individuals who submit domestic animals to sex exploitation.
This is a sickness of the highest order.
A prison sentence of 3 months and 1 day to 1 year and special barring from carrying out a profession, trade, or commerce related to animals and for the keeping of animals for the term of 1 year and 1 day to 3 years shall be imposed on those who by any means or procedure unfairly mistreat, causing injuries that seriously damage its health, or by submitting it to a sex exploitation. A pet or tame animal, an animal that is usually domesticated, an animal that temporarily or permanently lives under human control, any animal that does not live in the wild. The rewritten portion of the code expanded the scope of animals protected by removing the requirements that the law pertains only to domestic or economically exploited animals. It also, however, introduced a requirement that the abuse has to cause an injury that requires veterinary treatment for it to be considered crime punishable by anything more than a fine. Hey, you want to see something crazy? 67% of the people who watch this channel are not subscribed. Do me a quick favor, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you stay up to date on all the videos here on the Blessed God Studios channel. We're talking about crimes versus crimes that have required treatment, okay? Required treatment. In English language Spanish news outlet, the local reported the imposition of the requirement is the source of the claim that bestiality has been decriminalized in Spain. The contentious point in question relates to modification of Spain's criminal code and the sentence of for mistreatment and abuse of animals. It currently punishes exploitation of animals, and the wording has been changed to penalizing acts of sex nature that causes an animal injury which require treatment. So the fact that the proposed new text appears specifically state that all sex acts with animals should be considered a crime, but rather only the ones that cause physical harm to the animals has been picked apart as apparent proof that bestiality will become legal in Spain. So what it sounds like is that they decriminalize certain acts, but the ones that require veteran interjection, that those are the ones that are criminal acts where it's all against the law, but those are the only ones that will be penalized under the criminality of the law. Okay. The view was articulated in a blog post, a lawyer Caranian Network for Animal Welfare and Environment. The need for veterinary treatment to cure injuries is introduced for the criminal type of abuse, relegating injuries that heal by themselves to a minor offense with a fine. Okay, so if you do this to an animal and it's only a minor offense that doesn't require medical treatment, it is only a fine. So they didn't completely decriminalize it. They just knocked it down a notch, it sounds like. This is a step backward with respect to the current penal code that punishes the injury that occurs and also does not exclude psychological injuries that could be caused to animals as a result of mistreatment. We might even have cases of zoophilia where no injury is caused to the animal that does not require veterinary attention, such as inflammation or minor injuries, which would be punished with a mere fine of 1 to 3 months. Even if you have sex relations with an animal and are not causing injury, that would be decriminalized and without conviction. In response to the claim that changed the laws to allow this, Representative Social Rights Ministry, which was a driving force behind the amendment, told media outlets all sex acts with animals will be punishable. In the event that they produce injuries, they will be considered crimes. In the rest, less serious offenses, they will be classified as abuse without visible signs of injury. In large part, the controversy is caused by imprecise language. While many Spanish legal experts disagree that the law legalizes or decriminalizes bestiality, some have concerns that the new wording could, at least theoretically, make it harder to convict some individuals for sex acts with animals. So Snoops is saying, really straightforward, the controversy is caused by imprecise language. Basically, we don't know. Well, I don't know, right? We don't know. All sex acts with animals will be punishable in the event they produce injuries. So they're only punishable if they produce injuries. They will be considered crimes in the rest. So they're still crimes, but they won't be punishable. Is that decriminalization? I don't know. If you decriminalize folks who smoke meth and you say, hey, you only are going to get arrested if you sell meth and if you do something violent while on meth, but you're still allowed to smoke meth. And if it happens, it's a crime, but we're not going to punish you. We're not going to send you to jail. It sounds like you're decriminalizing minor offenses, quote unquote, for more serious offenses. In large part, this controversy is caused by imprecise language. Perhaps, wrote the local, the focus should be on whether or not the Spanish government is about to pass another ill-thought-out, ambiguous law which will, to some extent, have the direct opposite effect of what it was intended to be, as the change still needs approval from the Senate and remains subject to modification. Only time will tell if that will be the case. So it's not passed yet. It's on the docket. It decriminalizes or minimizes punishments of acts like these that don't require medical treatment for the animals. And it has very sloppy, imprecise language that even Snoops was able to point out that were wrong. All right. What a time to be alive, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, this clip is from our daily after party stream. If you enjoyed it, consider signing up for our Patreon community for only $5 a month, where you get access to the replays of our daily after party streams, as well as the uncut extended versions of our podcast, Discord access that's private, and a discount code for our merch store, only $5 a month. And ultimately, it's the best way to help us contextualize the gospel of Jesus using media, podcasting, and of course, YouTube. The link for that is in the description or in the pinned comment. The perks are amazing. You should get on there. It's only $5 a month. I'll see you over there, all right? Peace.